You have an email you need to send. It is very important. It will take 3 minutes to write. If you do not send it, bad things will happen. You know this. Your brain knows this. Your hands are literally on the keyboard, but you are not typing. Instead, you are watching a video, a 40-minute video. It is about how cheese is made in a factory. You do not even like cheese. Your life is slowly burning down around you, and you are watching a screen. Why are you doing this? You are not lazy. You are not broken. You are not bad at managing your time. We have been lying to ourselves for decades. We treat procrastination like a productivity problem. We buy planners. We download apps. We build elaborate color-coded schedules. We think if we just find the right calendar, we will be cured. But planners do not work, because procrastination has nothing to do with time. It has to do with fear. Dr. Tim Feichel spent 20 years studying this exact moment, the moment you look at the screen and freeze. His research revealed a shocking truth. Procrastination is not a time management problem. It is an emotion regulation problem. You are not avoiding the task. You're avoiding the feeling associated with the task. Think about that email. When you look at it, what do you feel? Anxiety, incompetence, overwhelm, boredom, resentment. Your brain does not see an email. Your brain sees a threat, and your brain is wired to avoid threats. Have you ever noticed how physical the resistance feels? It is not just a thought in your head. It is a heavy feeling in your chest, a tightness in your throat, a sudden, desperate need to be anywhere else. This is your amygdala hijacking your nervous system. The amygdala is the ancient threat detection center of your brain. It is very old, it is very fast, and it is not very smart. 50,000 years ago, it kept you alive. It scanned the horizon for lions. If it saw a lion, it released adrenaline. It told you to run. Today, there are no lions in your office, but your amygdala is still scanning. Now, it sees a blank document. It sees a tax form. It sees a difficult text message, and it registers them as predators, so it triggers a threat response. It demands immediate relief from this negative emotion. How do you get immediate relief? You close the document. You open a new tab. You watch a video about cheese. The relief is instant. The anxiety vanishes. Your amygdala is satisfied. You have successfully escaped the lion. But why do we sabotage our future selves so completely? Because your brain does not care about your future self. Seriously, it does not care at all. In 2008, neuroscientist Hal Hershfield put people in an fMRI machine. He looked at their brain activity when they thought about themselves. The medial prefrontal cortex lit up. Then he asked them to think about a stranger. A different part of the brain lit up. Then he asked them to think about their future selves. The brain activity looked identical to when they thought about a stranger. Let that sink in for a moment. When you think about yourself tomorrow, your brain sees a stranger. Why would you endure emotional pain right now for a stranger? You wouldn't. You push the pain onto them. You let future you handle the email. You let future you stay up until 3 a.m. because future you is not you. They are some other poor idiot. This creates a destructive loop, the procrastination doom loop. Step 1. You face a task. Step 2. You feel a negative emotion. Step 3. You seek immediate mood repair. You open social media. You get a tiny hit of dopamine. The threat is gone. But then comes step 4. The shame. The crushing, heavy guilt. You know you're ruining your own life. You know you're running out of time. This shame creates even more negative emotion, which means the task is now even more terrifying than before. So you procrastinate again, to escape the shame of your own procrastination. It is a perfect, inescapable circle. Dr. Fushia Sirowa studied this exact cycle in 2013. She found that procrastinators have higher levels of stress, higher levels of cardiovascular disease, and a severely compromised immune system. You're not just wasting time, you're slowly destroying your biology. But what if the cure is the exact opposite of what you think? You think you need more discipline. You think you need to be harder on yourself. You call yourself lazy. You call yourself a failure. You beat yourself up in hopes that it will motivate you. It does not work. In fact, it makes it worse. In 2010, a massive study was conducted on university students. The researchers were Dr. Michael Wohl, Dr. Cycle, and Dr. Shannon Bennett. They tracked students who procrastinated before their midterms. They wanted to see who would procrastinate again before the final exams. The results were entirely counterintuitive. The students who forgave themselves for procrastinating on the midterm, they were the ones who stopped procrastinating on the final. The students who punished themselves, the ones who felt the most guilt, they procrastinated even more. Why does self-forgiveness work? Because it reduces the negative emotion associated with the task. If you forgive yourself, the task is no longer a source of shame. The lion shrinks. The amygdala calms down. You can finally just look at the email without feeling like you are going to die. Procrastination is a tragic attempt to protect yourself. Your brain is just trying to keep you safe from feeling bad. It is wrapping you in a warm blanket of distraction. While the house catches fire, you do not need another calendar app. You do not need a louder alarm clock. You need to learn how to sit with being uncomfortable. You need to realize that boredom will not kill you. Anxiety is just a ghost in the machine. The task is never as painful as the fear of the task. Think about how many hours you have spent avoiding a 10-minute job. Think about the mental energy it takes to constantly run from your own life. Is it really easier? Are you actually protecting yourself? Or are you just building a prison out of comfortable distractions? We live in a world designed to help you avoid yourself. Infinite scrolls, auto-playing videos, notifications that trigger phantom dopamine spikes. The tech companies know exactly how your amygdala works. They profit off your emotional regulation failure. Every time you open that app to escape a difficult feeling, you're doing exactly what they want you to do. You're handing them your time. You're handing them your focus. You're handing them your life. Because you're afraid of an email. So, how do you break the loop? You do not fight the fear. You acknowledge it. You look at the task and say, "This feels awful. I feel anxious. I feel stupid. I want to watch a video about cheese." And then you do the task anyway. You let the negative emotions sit in the room with you. You do not try to fix the mood. You just move your hands. Action does not require the right mood. Motivation does not precede action. Motivation follows action. You have to start before you feel ready, because you will never feel ready. Your caveman brain will always want you to stay in the cave. The cave is warm. The cave is safe. The cave has unlimited videos of cheese factories, but nothing grows in the dark, and eventually the fire goes out. So next time you find yourself staring at a screen, while the things that actually matter burn down around you, take a breath. Forgive yourself for being human. Forgive your brain for trying to protect you, and then close the tab. The lion isn't real. The threat is an illusion. The only thing standing between you and your life is a temporary feeling, a tiny, passing wave of discomfort. Are you going to let a feeling dictate your destiny? We spend our entire lives waiting for the right moment, the moment when we finally feel like adults, the moment when the anxiety stops, The moment when we are suddenly disciplined and focused. That moment is never coming. There is no future version of you coming to save you. The stranger in your brain does not exist. There is only you, right now, at this exact second, staring at a screen, waiting for a life that is already happening. You are not avoiding the work. You are avoiding yourself. And the tragic irony of procrastination is this. In your desperate attempt to avoid feeling bad for 5 minutes, you end up feeling bad for your entire life. The email takes 3 minutes. The dread takes all day. You can choose which pain you want to live with, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. One hurts for a moment. The other hurts forever. So look at the keyboard. Feel the heavy weight in your chest. Notice the urge to run away. Smile at your panicked, primitive little brain. And press the first key. Then press the second key. The world will not end. The lion will not eat you. You will survive this email. Because procrastination is not a flaw in your character. It is just a misdirected act of self-love. Your brain is just trying to keep you safe. But you are not a caveman anymore. You don't need to be kept safe from your own potential. It is time to let the house burn and start building something new in the ashes. Building something new in the ashes.